friends, in this video we will cover two func modes called forward and transfer. In the last video we have developed one workflow, a test workflow. Let us open that. This is a item type which we have developed. Go to item type, see what is item type, XXFNOTAF, and first we will run this particular workflow for understanding the concept of func modes, forward and transfer. Here forward or transfer means we are moving, the performer is moving the notification to the other user. Say for example, the manager joined to the company is new and he don't know what to do, and what he is asking for help. Instead of me, please try to approve and validate the notification. Then he'll go for forward, and he want to forward as well as he want to transfer the ownership. Means the owner, the performer is not going to be no longer owner for that particular notification once he transfers. Let me open. I have logged into the sysadmin user. Go to workflow administrator web application and administrator workflow. Go to developer studio, and here what is your item type which we have developed? This is the item type. So go to application, place your item type and run it. We can run it from the backend also by using create process and set item by setting the some attributes. Then after that, start process. We can do that. Seven. It is also 7. Submit. What did it say? It is already there. Say try to use from 30. Use from 30. So workflow has been clicked. Okay. So it is sent to whom? Go to process, notification. Let us see who is the performer. Who is the performer? Stock pat means operations. So first we need to open the notification which is sent to the operation. Operations. Welcome. Now see, this is a notification. This is a notification which is sent now. Now here you can see this is yes and no which we have given in the lookup. When you go to your lookup type, what is your lookup type? Yes and no. And to the message, what is the result type we have assigned? Yes and no, right? So for this reason only these two lookup codes are showing in the front end. Okay. Along with those two, we are seeing these two. We are seeing two more buttons. What is that? Reassign and request for information. If you want to eliminate, these are the two lookups provided by the Oracle, and if you don't want these two also by default, we can remove them. We'll see in the later session. For now, for understanding that information, for two func modes, what is the func mode? What are the func modes? Transfer and forward. We need to have the button called reassign. When you click on reassign, what you are seeing here is assignee to whom you want to send. to whom you want to forward this particular notification. See here, it is clearly mentioned, indicates required file field use delegate to give another user authority to respond to the notification on your behalf while still retaining ownership. Here, even when you use the delegate your response means you are moving the notification from your queue to another person queue, and you're having the ownership, you are having the right on your particular notification. But when you go to transfer ownership, what it is saying, transfer to give another user complete ownership of the responsibility for the notification. See, when you move when you move this particular notification to the other user, what it means, you're sending the notification to that particular person to respond on it, that's it. And he is not the owner, he don't have any responsibility to respond on it, but you're sending him, that's it. In that case we will get forward. So to whom you want to send, say for example, I want to send to Brown, C Brown, that is Brown Casey. Here we will not get user names, you will get only you actual usernames, not application usernames. So Brown Casey, I know, that's why I'm clicking on here and asking for hi Brown, hi Brown, please respond on this notification as I'm new to the organization. Please validate before approval. Before approve. Thanks. Who is okay? Stock pat, right? Operation means stock pat. So here you're sending the same notification to the whom, Brown Casey, and there you will see what the Brown Casey will see these comments, and she will approve the notification. Simply your task is completed. So in this case, now it is completed, right? Now open your table where what is item type, where item type is equal to, what is item type, your item type is 30 only, right? You already forwarded, notification. So here it is not item type, it is item key. So you forward it, right? When you forward, a performer notification to the other user, then you will get what mode? Funk mode. Funk mode as forward. So in this way you'll get forward. So here in the notification, what you have here, function is, this is the function we are having, right? So when we will be using this particular mode, let me open how we can use this one. Let me try to explain this one in the next video session. And before that, I want to show you one more func mode called transfer. Go to login to the sysadmin. Again, I want to submit the workflow or kick the workflow. Go to system administrator. System administrator. You can have this navigation also. Workflow web application administrator or sysadmin. Anything you can use. What is your item key? What is your item key? Item type. This is item type, right? Now when you run this particular workflow, you take this one as 31, 31. Now you will see here, when you go to, when it is kicked, right? So now go to which user operations. Now what we are doing is, go to operations. See, you can see here next notification, and go to reassign. And here in the last case, we have seen delegate to your response. Here we are transferring, just we are forwarding the notification, but here ownership of this particular notification is operations only. But I don't want to have the ownership. This performer don't want to have the ownership of the notification. Then he'll go for transfer notification ownership. Then C Brown. Hi bro. I'm transferring this notification to you, as I am not the right person. Operations. What is the username? Stock pat. Okay. Submit it. Now see here, when you go to table, here you are getting, in the earlier case you have got what? In the earlier case you got forward. Now it is transfer. So in this way we can work. Let us open the other user called C Brown, and see whether you got the notification or not, right? This is the first notification. See here. Hi Brown, please respond to this information as I am new to the organization. Please validate before approve. This is nothing but forwarding. And you can approve, she can approve. Yes. And the second notification which we have clicked, see, hi Brown, I am transferring this particular this notification to you as I'm not the right person. Thanks, TalkPad. Click on no. See here. First notification. What is the first one? What item key? See here. After forwarding, when the user respond to the notification, then the func modes always validate, respond, run. In this sequence, they will be filed. We have discussed in the first before this video. First forward, why? Because the operations forwarded that notification to the C Brown. So that's why we got the func mode as forward, and then C Brown approved that notification. That's why we got first validate, respond, then run. Then if you go to 31 item key, first is transfer, but still once the transfer happened, the C Brown clicked on no, means rejected. Then also validate, respond, run. Always for the post notification, when person responds, when the person clicks on any of the result types, yes or no, or approve or reject anything, then you'll get these three func modes. You may ask, what is the importance of this func mode? We will see validate, respond, and run in another example. Now in this video we will see with the example for this case. Go to this particular function. So what I want to do is, I don't want to allow the user to perform any transfer or forward. Then what I need to do, just go to this one, So what I want to do is, I don't want to allow the user to restrict forward and transfer. Then if func mode in if func mode in what transfer, second one is forward. Let us try to check in this way. This is the transfer, and 30 has forward. Now if it has, the function has, the notification has func mode transfer forward, then I don't want to allow the user. Then what I need to is raise application error. Hope you guys know this particular function, this particular one, raise application error. So raise application error, what we need to do here, what need to give the user defined error code 20,000. It must start with this 20,000. To what error you want to give here is, I'm raising exception here, is you can't forward, you can't forward or transfer this notification. This is what I want to, this is what I want to mention as error. Okay, so here what we are doing, we are restricting the user to not transfer or forward to any of the user. This is the first case. Let us test this. Go to, what is the username, sysadmin, and try to kick it. XX, what is your item type? This is your item type. Now when you run it, it will go to 32. It will go to operations user, right? So submit it. Now go to which user, operations. Now try to, in the last case we have seen operations can forward, operation can transfer the notification. Now let us see, reassign and see what is a C broad. He is trying to forward the notification. Hi, test of Francomo. Submit it. Here what it is saying, you can't forward or transfer this notification. How you are getting this error? Because of whom this particular error. So in this way we can work. So sometimes the transferring is not valid, sometimes forward is going to be valid. Transfer is not valid and forward is valid. Then in that case what we need to do, we need to remove this forward. We need to remove this forward. Then if I don't want to allow user, I don't want to allow user to transfer this particular notification to a specific user. I don't want to allow user to forward this notification to the specific user. Then in that case, I'll use this this logic. Then I don't want to allow him to send this notification to whom any of the user. Let me take one use. First, we need to know that to whom you want to send, right? There is an API called WF engine. WF engine context new role. What it will do is it will retrieve the new performer name. It retrieve the new performer name. If this particular name is equals to C Brown, then and if raise application error. What is error name you want to give here? 20,001. You can't submit this notification to this user. Okay, so now we have seen the second case. Forwarding to the specific user is not, I don't want to allow. So let us see. Okay, now try to submit this workflow. You want to send this forward, right? So submit it. What it is saying, you can't submit this notification to this user. This error we have given, right? So what is the final output here? Final case is forwarding to the C Brown is not possible. For rest of the users it is possible. Transferring to any of the user is not allowed with this procedure. So which is tested? No, I want to test it transferring to this particular person is not possible, and forwarding is also not possible to this user, and forwarding to other users, right? Black, C Black, I know the user. So C Black, yeah, Black Crush. So I want to send him, I want to forward this one. Yes, it is forwarded. So the testing also completed. In this way, we will work on the func modes called transfer and forward. This is the end of the video. In the next video, we will see question and answer. Hi friends, in the last video we have discussed about func modes, transfer and forward. Now we will discuss about question and answer. For that, we need to run the workflow. We have developed what is the workflow we have developed in the previous sessions. This is a test workflow, right? So for this particular workflow, we need to run. Go to login to sysadmin. Go to sysadmin or workflow administrator web applications and go to developer studio and run your item type. Just it is kicked once if you give item type 33 I'm giving. Okay, 33 I'm giving. Okay, now go to what is to whom it is kicked, who is a performer to this particular notification, who is a performer, he is a performer node. Here he is the performer means operations. So go to operations. This is the message we got, right? Now here we have seen this button. Now so this button we have used, right? Now we need to use this button, request information. Here you can ask the information, more information from any of the user. Here the participant you want to use, whom you want to send this one, say for example C Black. He is a black black Chris. Now here requested information is please validate and let me know if there is anything I need to know. Just I'm asking the question to him, Black Chris, and I'm submitting it. And he will not see. It is kicked to whom? C Black, right? Go to and see in the table. In the table, see what is the func mode we are having. So when the performer asks any question, the func mode will go into the question mode. Then when you log into your the person who got the question, see here what is asking, please validate and let me know if anything you need, anything I need to know. See here answer you are getting this particular, this is attribute, simply you can say it is an attribute. So now how can he, once he answers, and if you observe here he is not seeing any buttons okay or yes or request more information. He is not having any authority. The black race is not having any authority to approve this particular notification. The stock pad is asking the more information from the black race. So what is nothing, all is well, please approve. So he's saying nothing, you need not to know anything, you can approve, submit. When he submit, just go to the table, let us see what is a func mode you are having. Means if the performer asks for any question, then the func mode will be question. If the person who got the question, if he answers, the func mode will be in answer. It is not having much importance, just for understanding purpose only we are doing this, we are explaining in this way. And you may think that why we are using these tables, we don't have a log files similar to your concurrent program. So for capturing the modes, we have created the table and sequence, all those things for understanding purpose only. In this way we will work on question func modes. In the next video we will see the next rest of the func modes. Thanks for watching. This is the end of the video. Hi friends, In this video, we will work on skip func mode. Func mode is equal to skip. For that, we will run the workflow. Go to sysadmin, and go to developer studio like this. Now here, place your item type. Just open it, open your item type first. Then you can see your item internal name or workflow internal name. This is the workflow which we have developed in the last classes, last video sessions. And go to item type. Here, this is your item type. Now run the workflow like this. Here, place your item type 35, item key 35. And here I'm taking item key as 35. Submit it. Okay. Okay. Now go to the table which we have which we are calling from the notification, that is XX func modes. If you have any doubt, just go to 30-second video. I'm not sure where we have started the func modes. In that video, you can refer why we have created this particular table and what is the procedure we are calling from the notification. Here, when you go to the process, you can see this is a procedure we are calling from this particular notification. So what is your item key? Where item key is equals to 35. I'm not sure. Yeah, 35. Now when you go to status monitor, here you need to place your item internal name, item key as 35. Then you will see whether it is active or not. It is active, right? So go to activity history. When you go to activity history, you can see here skip as well as retry. Now we are discussing about the skip. So skip, how can you get, how what is mean by skip means? Here, what is mean by skip means, just go to here. From the start, it will go to message first. Here, when the performer performs yes or no in the notification, until that time it will not go to end, right? But I don't want to do that. I want to perform start, and I don't want to have a performer any action. I don't want to allow him to the means I want to skip his uh, action. Then what I need to do is, now the workflow is stuck here, right? It is there here. What I will do is, when I retry, when I skip it, it will go like this. It will go to 9 no, or it will go to, means it will work like this. It will work like this, directly end. It will bypasses your notification. That is nothing but skip. You are skipping this particular task activity, means you are not performing anything here. Directly it is going to end. That is the importance of the skip. Now when you try to skip, which one you want to, which activity you want to, this activity, right? I am skipping that. Okay, skip. He's asking, after skip, you want to go into the no, or you want to go into the yes, because you are having two transition, right? You are skipping this activity, that is fine, but to in which direction you want to go, what is the result type, you want to go no or you want to go yes, you have to mention that. Here I am mentioning as no. Submit. Now let us see. Let us see in the table. See, you are having what? Cancel first, then you are going to skip. What it will do? First, this workflow will be cancelled. Again, then it is going to be skipped. That is the importance of the skip button. In this way, we can skip any activity. It is not applicable for your functions only. It is happen. It is work. It will work for only your message notification activities. And when we will be using skip means, if you don't want to allow anyone to skip a particular notification, means the approval is mandatory for that notification, then I'll go for func mode is equal to skip, then I'll write the logic. Shall we implement that? Okay, go to notification. So what I mean to say is, what I want here is, no one should bypass this particular notification. That is a requirement, because I need to have approval whether it is yes or no from the notification. The performer has to perform. No one is allowed to skip this particular notification activity. So in that case, just I'm opening the procedure which is attached to the procedure. So open it. Now I'm going to write one more logic here. It is already there. So if for visibility, I'm writing in a new file. Go to SQL. So now what I'm doing is, if if func mode if func mode is equals to skip, if func mode is equal skip, then now I don't want to allow them anyone, right? So I will be raising the raise application error here minus 20,002, comma, you cannot skip this notification. Approval is mandatory. So, and close it. So you should not have here single quote. Here I will compile it again. So this logic we have added now. Skip logic we have added. Procedure is created. Now we are not changing anything here. In the procedure itself, we are changing the logic. Now when I try to run the workflow, when I try to skip it, then see what would happen. Here run. Your item key is 35 already used, right? 36 I'm using here. Here also I'm using 36. Submit. Click on OK. Now go to status monitor and check your internal name, and the item key is 36. Now go to activity history. Now see where it is. It is at notification only. So I'm trying to skip it. I'm giving submit. See here, it is completed. Now see here, what is error you're getting? You can't skip this notification. You can't skip this notification. So your workflow is going to will go into the error. Will go into the error. 36. That means your action is not going to be allowed. It will not go to next transition state, next level. When you open the table, let us see 36. See here, still you have not get any, you didn't get any skip, right? That action has not completed. That is the reason why if you have directly cancel, directly not equal to cancel also, then itself when you try to kick itself, it will automatically fight this particular error. whatever the error we have written. You can't, whatever you have written, right? You can get that. Now, in this case, how can I reprocess it? How can I reprocess it? So go to action history. Now we will discuss about retry action. Here you skip it, right? You try to skip it, but you are getting error. But I want to reprocess it. I want to send the notification to the approver again. So select that particular activity and retry now. Click on submit. Click on OK. Now see, it is active. It is live now. It is with whom? Let us go to action history. And it is now. It is open with the stock pad. Now go to operations because the notification is kicked to whom? The person who is sending this notification. It will go to whom? Stock pad. Okay. Now this is a test message. This is you just click on S. See, we have retried the activity. We have what we have done skipped, and it is not allowing us. And the system we are having what is the status cancel now at that time. And after that we retried it. We retried it. Just think about it. We have here 480. Now then we have retried it, and the workflow is gone to the performer who is the performer operations, and he performed some action, that is yes or no. Now see what are the action, what are the func modes we have. See here, first it went to cancel, then it will to cancel again because it is already there in the error state. So what we did, we have done retry activity. So for that, what it will do, system will cancel the for the, it will cancel the current activity, and again it will re-kick it. So it will the notification freshly will go to the performer. There the performer performed some result type task. What is it? Is yes or no. Then first validate, respond, run. We have already discussed about it. Whenever there is a result type to a notification, first it will go to validate, then respond, then run. We will discuss about these three. I mean, we'll have an example in our actual workflow. Now we have seen, see here directly, we don't have a retry func mode. We have a skip function func mode, but we don't have a retry func. Retry means it will cancel the current operation and it will rerun the current activity. That is a purpose of your retry. And the skip is, it will skips, first it will cancel the current one, and it will skips that particular notification of a particular activity, and it will go to the next level. And in order to restrict that particular action, we have implemented func mode is equal to skip, and we have raised this error. In this way, we can work on retry and skip. In the next video session, what is the leftover topic, leftover func mode is timeout. This is a very, very important. We will discuss very clearly in the next video. This is the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Hi friends, in this video we will discuss about timeout. Func mode is equal to timeout. So this is the last func mode in the func mode topic. What do you mean by timeout? Let us say you have sent the notification to the particular person doing anything. He is not responding on that particular notification. What you will do generally in a day, you sent a mail, for example, to flow at administrator web application, administrator workflow, and developer studio. What is to your manager. He didn't reply in a day. After one day, you just send the notification again. That is, send the mail again, or call him personally and say, please take any action on my mail. This is a way, right? Here also, if the notification is not the performer is not taking any action on this particular notification, then we can send the reminder to him after certain time. Depends on your business logic. You have sent PO for approval. He is not approving for 10 days. Then what we do is, every day if you want to send the reminder notification, yes, we can send the notification. That is a very very important concept. We will discuss now basic level, and this particular topic implementation we will see in your actual workflow, XXAP custom release hold workflow. Now we will see how to get that, how to check that, means whether the performer is not took any action on that particular notification for certain time. So based on the column called timeout, here you can see here no timeout. You can have here relative time, means if you take here 10 hours for example, here one day, say what it will do, it will checks it will checks boss, it will checks whether the if it is not the performer not took any action in this on this particular notification, then for one day, then it will go into the timeout func mode. So based on the timeout func mode, we will add our logic. There we can have one more notification, sending them reminder notification. So first we will see how this notification will go into the timeout state. Then after that, how we can send the reminder notification to the person. We will see now. So for that, go to node. Here relative time, we will not wait until one day. So what I will do is, I will go for 1 minute. 1 minute is the best way of explaining this particular topic. So click on apply. So what we are doing, we are changing the changing the time to relative time to 1 minute. Means if the performer not took any action for 1 minute, then it will go into the timeout. It will go into the notification will go into the timeout. But here, when you have a timeout, then there must be a transition for that particular action also. Just go to standard, go to functions. Here you can add one more end. When you add here, you can see here one more transition, that is called timeout. It is something like a lookup type only, standard one. We will not create anything here. Automatical notification will go into the timeout transition when the performer not took any action till 1 minute. So for our case, we are taking 1 minute. It might be in real time, it might be a hours, it might be a days. Depends on your work, depends on the business logic. So here, how can we have, so to get that the transition, we have to have one more and with the timeout. So what would happen after 1 minute? Automatically, it will go into this state, not yes or no, and change the node attribute as end. And here, one more thing. Here, the direction is gone to the timeout. Now you can surely say that your notification is timed out, is expired. You can say it is expired if you have this logic. But I don't want to have this logic. I want to send a reminder notification to the same person. So again, what we'll do, we will add a notification here. We'll add one more notification here. We'll have one more notification here, and we'll send him. We'll send yes, again, again yes, again no. So this is a bullshit. It is not correct way. We have to use loop counter for implementing this one. But in our case, we are explaining the timeout. That's why I'm showing you whether this particular notification is going into the timeout or not. In the loop counter, we will see with the in conjunction with the timeout how we can send the reminder notification to the person, to the performer again and again. So in this case, we can't perform that. So we will see whether the notification will go into the timeout notification or timeout or not. And the next case, we will see whether the notification we can have a attribute relative time or not. We can set timeout dynamically or not. We'll see in the next case. Now I'm validating it. What it is saying. Okay. I did one mistake here. Not mistake. I have created one function here for my test case. It is not an issue. So what we have done, if the performer not performs till 1 minute, anything, then it will go to the timeout state. The funk mode will be a timeout. Apps, this. Now it is saved into your database. Now go to sysadmin or anything, any web application, workflow web application, workflow administrator web application. Go to developer studio. I'm already in the sysadmin, system administrator responsibility, and I have logged into the sysadmin only. I have logged in as a sysadmin. Now go to what is your item type. This is the internal name. This is the actual name, display name. So I'm using display name here. Anything you can use. So run it. Now when you run it, what is the item key we are using? The standard we are using is item key with 38 already there, 39. 39. So now the workflow is kicked perfectly. Now go to status monitor. Now your item type is this one and item key is 39 and click on go. So now this particular workflow is active and it is with who? Mr. Pat. It is kicked now, just now, right? Now we will wait for 1 minute and see whether this particular notification will go into the timeout funk mode or not. If the performer is not going to take any action for 1 minute, it will go to end with what status timeout. And first see what is your is there any funk mode for this notification? No, nothing is there. And we'll wait for 1 minute. It is 39:33. So here, if you want to if you want to if you want to move the any timeout activities to the next level, again for what we have done for default notifications, similar to that, we need to run the workflow background process for that particular notification. Not particular notification, for all notification. There will be a scheduled program which will pick all the timed out notifications. So we will see in the next video how to schedule a workflow background process for the timed out notifications. Now we will see for this for only for this particular item type. For that, what we need to do is, so it is 33, right? We'll wait for one more second, or one more 30 seconds, I think. Go to workflow sysadmin, go to view, request, submit the request. You need to have a workflow background process here. Why? Because see it, we already reached 1 minute, right? Now when you click here, when you try to see the status again, see here, still it is active only 39. Still it is active, even though after 1 minute also it is not gone to the time route. It is not completed. Means it is not took this path. Why? Because the only reason is unless the workflow background process for timed out activities run, it will not complete. It will never complete. So for that, what we need to do is we need to run a workflow background process. Process default, no. Only timed out notifications, timed out activities I want to pick up. Now what would happen when this particular workflow runs? It is running for all the notifications. It is running for all the notification, not for single item type. So what it will do is it will pick your item type and see whether it is having the timed out or not. It is having it is whether whether the action has been taken for 1 minute or not. If the action taken, nothing will happen. Here 1 minute already completed, crossed. That's why it will move to in this direction and it will go to end. Let us see once it is completed. So it is still active. It is still active. If it is completed in the sense that it is timed out, let us see whether it is true or not. It is 39 only, right? You will see here. Here you will see timed out, timeout, function mode. Unfortunately, I have run for all the notifications, so I want to cancel it because it is going to take a lot of time. I want to run it for only for my item type. So go to single request and place here. And what is your item type? X6. Yes, X6. Here it won't consider the actual internal name. It will consider your workflow name. Here it is not a default. It is a now see here. See here. It will complete now. Yes, it is completed. Now see here. When you see here, you have timed out, right? It is done. Timeout, then run. Now we will see the transition. It is completed. What does it mean? It is the notification is timed out and it is gone to the end. I mean, it is completed. That's why the status have been completed. And of course, if you see the status diagram or action history, you can see where it the path. See here, it is gone into the timeout transition, not into the S or not into the no. That is the importance. Now you can have your own logic here for timed out notification. If the person is not took any action for a certain time, then what is the logic you want to implement? That you can implement here. Here the function mode will be getting what is the function mode will be getting timeout. This is the end of the video, and in the next video we will see how to add relative time timeout dynamically by using attribute. Here we are having attribute, right? Go to notification. Here you can have one more. It is a type is attribute. So with the attribute, how can we set the relative time timeout time? We will see in the next video. This is the end of the video. Thanks for watching. What is your item type? X6, X6, F notif. Hi friends, in the last video we have seen how to work with the timeout, and now we will see how to work with the timeout with item attribute. Let us open the workflow which we have developed. So this is the process which we have developed, and when it is timeout, it will go in this transition. Now if you go to node tab, and here you can see relative time. It is nothing but constant time. It is a fixed. It is a hard coded value, but in real time it may not be the case. So in that case, what we do is go to item attribute. Here we need to create an item attribute. Once you use the item attribute, it is nothing but global variable across your item type. First we will create an item type first, item attribute. Then we will go for item attribute at notification level for setting the timeout. I'm using here timeout for notif, timeout for notif, timeout for notif, and here it must be a number. You can't use other than number. You can't use other than number. The type must be number, and click on OK. Now go to notification, go to notification, go to node, go to timeout tab, and here select here item attribute and select timeout notif. This timeout attribute must be number data type. Other data types should not be given. And what must be the value? If you see here relative time, here you having days, hours, and minutes, right? Here we have given the minutes. But when you select item attribute, this item attribute must be a number with minutes, number of minutes. You have to convert number of days into the minutes. Otherwise, it won't work. Click on apply. What is the thumb rule? You have to select item attribute we create a item attribute with number data type, and that the value which we are assigning for timeout into that particular attribute must be in minutes, not in hours or not in days. If you have hours, you have to convert it into your minutes. If it is a days, number of days, 2 means 2 into 24 hours into 60 minutes. It has to be converted like that. Otherwise, your workflow will not be work out. Now we will validate our workflow. It is successful. Go to save as into the database. Apps, quiz. Now it is saved into the database successfully. Now I would like to run the workflow from the front end. Go to workflow at administrator web application, administrator workflow, and developer studio. What is your item type? XX F notif. Go run the workflow. See, it is asking for number of days, number number of minutes for timeout. So if it is the case, we will not run the workflow from the front end anytime. We will always run the workflow from the back end itself. So for that, we will write a script. We have already wrote the script, if you remember. First, what we have created, create process, set item owner, then set item attribute number. If you have a text type, you have to use set item attr text. If it is a date, you have to, all assignments of your attributes will be done after setting the owner or create process. And finally, we will start the process. This is the process we have followed, and I have shown you how to write this particular API, how to use these APIs in the earlier videos. Now, what is your item type? I would like to kick the workflow from the back end, not from the front end. So because timeout we can change anytime, right? For that reason, I'm changing everything. And here these two are not required for our case, and all these are not required. Only user key and item type are required. Here I'm using 40. Yesterday I remember it is 39. I mean in the last video. What is your item type here? Process is, what is your process name? Go to process and properties. Here you can see process internal name. So here the process name we have to use. Then what is the, who is the owner for this one? Sys DBA. I would like to sys admin. Okay. Who is a user? He is a user. Sys admin. So I'm setting sys admin here as a owner. And what is item type? What is the item attribute we have here? It is timeout or notif. This is the item type, item attribute. So how many minutes you want to set? Here, if I mention one, it is going to be timeout for 1 minute. If the approver not approves till 1 minute, it will go into the timeout. It will treat as a timeout notification. So then when the workflow background process runs, it will go in this transition. Then, and if you want to set this for 2 days, what we need to do? 2 into 24 into 60. We have to convert like this. We have to convert the number of days into the minutes. Otherwise, it won't work. If you simply mention 2, it will take as 2 minutes, not 2 days or 2 hours. It will take as a 2 minutes. It is a thumb rule. Don't forget. Here, the value must be in minutes. It must be in minutes, not in hours or days. So here we need to change. Here what we are doing, we have created a process with item type and item key and user key, and owner we have assigned, and we have assigned the item attribute called timeout for notif as 2 minutes, and we are starting the process for item type and item key. Okay, so with this, the from the back end we can kick the workflow, right? So I'm kicking the workflow now. Start the workflow. What is your item type? Item key XX notif 40. So procedure successfully completed. Now go to front end. Now I would like to see the status of my notification. Go to status monitor. We have not run the workflow from the front end. We have run the workflow from the back end. So item key is 40. Just open the activity history. It is notified to the performer. It is notified to the performer. Till for 2 minutes, if he don't approves this particular notification, then when the workflow background process runs, then it automatically goes into complete status and the transition will take into the timeout uh, this way, timeout direction. And let us wait for 2 minutes. So in this way, we can assign your item attribute for timeout cases. And remember, always if you are the timeout has one drawback is if this particular procedure is in app schema, then only it will work. Otherwise, timeout will not work. In this particular one, if it is in the app schema, then only it will work. Otherwise, for custom applications, it will not work. Other than apps schema, it will not work. Remember, that is the only drawback it has. The timeout notification will fails even though workflow background process runs if the schema is other than apps. So for those cases, we need to close the notification forcefully. Now it is already 2 minutes completed. Let us try to open your application. Go to sysadmin. Until your workflow background process runs, the notification will not go into the timeout transition. Before running the workflow, if the approver approves, it will go into the transition as per his result. If he clicks on yes, it will go into the test transition. If he clicks on no, it will go into the no transition. Now try to submit a workflow background process. Now here we have to run the program for process timeout as yes, and default is no. And here what is your item type? Your item type is here this display name only it will consider. Internal name will not work here. Here display name only works. Click on OK. Click on submit. No. Now you may think that every time how many times I need to run this particular workflow background process. Manually it is not possible. Then in that case, how do I resolve this issue? So running the workflow background process for each and every item type it doesn't sense right. It is sense right, sense correct. So for that reason, what we do is we schedule in real time. We schedule means the DBA or the person who is responsible for administration of your workflows. They will schedule your workflow background process for timed out notifications. Now first we will see your notification. What is the status? Go to status monitor again. Place your item type XX F L. Okay, click on go. Now it is in. What is your item key? 40. It is completed. Go to status diagram. You will see whether it is completed or not. Yes. And what is the transition it took? Timed out. But how many times I would like to run this particular workflow? For every notification, if I want to run, it is going to be difficult for me. So what I will do is in real time, what we will do is we will run workflow background process for timed out workflows, notifications, not activities for every 5 minutes. For every 5 minutes. So I'm ending here itself. 2024 December 2017. Okay. Every 5 minutes I'll schedule like this. Here try to place 15. Okay. 25, right? 26. Click on OK. Now For every 5 minutes, your workflow background process automatically runs, and it will checks if there is any timed out notifications in your system within your application. They will be completed. They will move to next state. Here we are having only one state. Here from here, after this notification, we are going directly end. But in the real cases, we will not have a direct end. We will be having other logic to repeat reminding or to send reminder notification or to send this notification to the supervisor of this particular notifier. In many cases are there. As per your logic, you can maintain and see what is your status. Select star from XX func modes, where item key is equal to item key is like 40, and see here it is first it is went to the timeout and then run. So in this way we will work on the timeout func modes. With this, all func modes are completed. In the next video we will see the standard functions provided by the Oracle in the workflow builder. This is the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Hi friends, in this video session we will work on standard functions provided by the Oracle. At workflow builder level also, we have some predefined functions. If you open your item type here, do you have any functions? When you if you want to create anything new, it is a custom one. It is not predefined one. When you go to standard one, under standard you can see functions. These are the functions provided by the Oracle, predefined functions provided by the Oracle. At each function level, one procedure will be defined. If you observe, this is a procedure. You can open it and you can see the logic, what is happening in this particular function. So now onwards, we concentrate on each and every function, all possible functions I'll tell you, which I come across. First, we will work on assign. Assigning is nothing but, if you want to assign, if you take a declare block, declare a say a reference variable. I'm taking this one as local variable, as varchar2 or else date. Okay, number. I want to take it as number, and L underscore another value is say number. You can take it as roll number. Is also number. Now begin in PL SQL. If you want to assign a value, what you will do? This reference value have a value already have assigned one number called 1 2 3 4 5. Okay. If you want to assign reference value, if you want to assign a reference value to the roll number, what you will do? You will place like this, right? Like this. Whatever the value is exists in your reference var, L underscore reference var will be assigned to whom? L underscore roll number. So here we are using assignment operator, right? Similar to that. And one more observation: reference value, whatever the data type is there for roll number, it should have a same data type. That is the second observation. So assignment operator we will use, and both the variables have a same data type. In the similar way, if you want to perform same task at workflow level, then we have to use assign. Let me show you an example here. We will create one more new workflow for this. Now till now we have developed everything manually. So by taking a WFSTD standard one, by saving it as into your local machine, in different ways we have done, right? That is the way we have followed, right? Now just go to file, quick start wizard. Here directly you can create a new item type, then new process. Earlier we have created first new item type, and then new process. Here at a time you can create. You need not to take a standard one and need not to rename it again. That is the importance of this particular wizard type. Now xf assign x function assign. I'm taking name as xx function assign, and here also I'm taking xf assign proc. Same name I'm using here also. Now what would happen? Automatically your item type as well as the process will be created, and in the process monitor you will have a start button and end button. In previously we have drag and drop start and end. For end at node we have used here end. So this is what we have done manually, but automatically these two will appear in the process monitor. Rest is same. Only for creating the new item type and process we are using wizard method. That's it. Now what is our intention is, in order to explain assign, I'm drawing and drop, dragging your assign to the process monitor. Now what it will do is, observe here. So if you compare here, reference value is there, and the variable which is going to hold this value also there. Two variables required, right? So at this point time also, you go to node attributes. Here you are having date value, numeric value, text value. These three are the reference values. Anyone you can assign, and this is item attribute to which you want to assign. Say if you want to assign roll number, then you need to select for this item attribute as this one, and you need to select that particular variable here under item attribute, and under text or a numerical and date, depends on your data type, you need to select the reference value in these three. Let me show you the example. So for that we need two variables, right, based on this one. So here go to attributes, go to attribute in the new section. This is available in the standard one, and now we are creating something in the new attribute under your custom item type. So here, what is your item type? What is your attribute name? This is a reference value where this is the reference where I'm using the same thing, and it is a number data type, right? And what is the value we are having? 1 2 3 4 5, right? Apply. So now the reference value you have, the reference where you have how much? 1 2 3 4 5 in the workflow level also, right? Now I'm going to create one more variable here. The global variable here is we used to define the declare section, but in workflow level we need not to define it. We need to create the variables. We need to create the item attributes. So what is the second attribute? Roll number. What is the data type? What is the data type? Number, right? Both should have same. So I'm not giving any value. Getting my point? Now here it is fine. Now I want to assign this reference value where to the roll number. Then how can I do it? Go to assign, now go to item attribute. Which value you want to assign? Which is a number value, right? Reference value. So here you need to select here. You need to select here item attribute. What is item attribute? No, not item attribute. It is a numeric value. What is the value is reference value. So here numeric, these three values holds, any one of the field holds the reference values, and to which you want to assign, that is nothing but item attribute. Just select here your roll number. Now observe here, whatever the value is there in the reference numeric value under this particular value, that value will be assigned to roll number. Now how can you get this? How would you know that this has these values? Means that roll number has 1 2 3 4 5. How can you get that? Only possibility is you can have a notification, and you can what you call that, you can print it, right? So in that way I'm going to do it. I'm going to create a new message first. What is the message? xx assign number assign variables. I'm creating a new message here. I want to print them in the notification so that I can understand that whether the information is assigned or not, whether the data is assigned correctly or not. Now I'm creating the new notification. Same name I'm using here. Here function I'm not using any result type, only I'm using the message. It is completed. Now drag and drop onto your this one. Now connect them in this way. Now observe here. How would I know in this notification based on your message body only, right? Here message body you don't have. How can I print those values? How can I print those values? Just drag and drop those two into your message body, into your message like this. Now go to message, go to body. Here you need to write the logic. L underscore reference is ampersand reference var, right? Reference var. So here ampersand L underscore reference. Now what is the next value? L underscore roll. How can I print this? By using ampersand L underscore roll. Just try to use caps L underscore because the internal name is always in the caps letters. L underscore roll. Now click on apply. Now I want to take performer as operations. So to whom this message sends, here what it will do, I'm going to assign the values. I'm going to assign the reference value to the roll number, L underscore roll number in this particular function, and then I'm printing those values in where, in the message, in the notification, which is sent to the operations. So now it is completed. Now the save it as into the database. Apps. Now it is validated and saved into your database. What is your item type? This is your item type. Now go to sysadmin. Workflow administrator web applications and developer studio, and run your workflow. One. Here reference value, default value we have given, right? Roll number we are not giving. It is happening. It is assigning automatically from the assign function at workflow level. Submit. Okay. So the notification is kicked to whom? Notification is kicked to whom? Operations. So I'm opening operations user. See, this is the function value, right? See, what is the value you are having? In the reference value we have given. Did you give any value to the roll number? No. We are assigning the value through the assign function. In this way we can work on number functions, number assignment. If you want to assign a text value, for example, if you want to assign a text value, how can you assign? Here at a time we can assign one value. More than one value we can't assign. So one more assignment function we need to take. What is assignment? Where is that assignment? This is assignment. So one more assignment I'm taking. So connect them in this way. Here what I want to do is I don't want to assign performer here. I don't want to assign performer here. Here the performer I want to assign, note, in performer I want to assign the item attribute. Do you have any item attribute? No. So what I'm doing is, for understanding of second type, I want to work with the text. I want to assign the text data. Then how can I assign? First, anyway, you want to assign the data from one variable to another variable, right? Just take one variable, two variables. One is a reference performer and reference performer. Here it is the text, right? Here the value I'm giving is C black. Okay, so it is done. Now this attribute consists of what value? C black. Now I'm going to take one more variable called x actual performer. Actual performer. Now to this variable I'm not giving any data. Okay, I think you are clear about this one. Yes, this is a reference value, this is actual value. What I'm doing in this assign, I am going to take, I want to assign actual performer. From which one? This is actual, right? This is the reference. See, whatever the data you select in these three parameters, that parameter will inside into this particular variable. If it is a date, this item attribute is of text type, text value will be assigned. If the numerical value will be assigned to the first one. If the date value will be assigned to the actual performer. Now both are having same data type, actual performer and reference. Reference performer has C black. C black will be assigned to whom? Actual performer. Now when this workflow kicks, the reference performer data will be inserted into the parameter called actual performer. Now here I am giving the performer at notification attribute and actual performer I'm giving. See, actual performer till now it is not having any data. Actual performer will be assigned from the reference performer. Just we are simply assigning the data from one variable to another variable. For demonstration, I am giving this example. Now, once you validate it, once you save it, apps, this, and here, how do you know that this assignment is correct or not? If the notification is kicked to C black, then this second block assignment is worked properly. Okay, so that is the only check testing purpose. That is only we can test here. Go to sysadmin now. Sysadmin. Now test it. Run the workflow from the backend, front end. Go to workflow administrator web applications, administrator workflow, developer studio. Now here, what is your item type? This is your item type internally. Here, place it, run it. See here, we are not giving any data to the roll number. We are not giving any data to the actual performer. This is happened from the first assign. This is happened from the second assign. Okay, second assign a function, standard function. So I'm giving here 2, I'm giving here 2, done. If at all, if the assignment is not proper, go to status monitor. It must complete normally, otherwise it will go into the error. So it is completed, right? Next, go to C block and see whether it is kicked perfectly or not. Means he got the notification or not. See, he got the notification. Just go to this one. See, observe following up. Okay. 1 second. I want to complete all these things. So see here, reference values we are printing, and this notification is equal to black Chris only, right? See black. How it is happened from the second one, from the second assignment. We have not assigned the performer anywhere. It is happened through where? It is happened through where? This assignment one. Similarly, if there is an assignment requirement of a date, then you have to change that date. You have to select where here. Go to node attribute. You need to select a date, the reference value as here, and to which we want to assign that one. You have to select in the item attribute field here the assigning variable. This is a right. I think you understand this concept clearly. This is the end of the video. In the next video we will see compare date and compare number and compare text. Thanks for watching. Hi friends, in this video we will work on standard function compare date. Let's see first how we work in the PL SQL. It is similar to your if condition. Say for example, compare date we want to discuss, right? So take one variable, one ref date, which is equals to, say for example, 25th December 2017. This is a reference value I have taken, and another value, another parameter having another local variable have date data type, and it is equals to 25 December 27. It is also having the same value, for example. And if I want to compare those two, what I will do, if L reference date greater than or equals to L date, then end if. This is the first possibility, right? And second possibility is, and here we will apply logic in PL SQL. And similarly, second one, it is a less than and third one is greater than. So in this way we can have three types of logics, right? So first one is equal, less than, greater than. So in the similar way, if you want to perform at workflow builder level, then we use compare date. Let us try to do the same thing. I'm placing, instead of having all these things, I have removed all of the notifications, all of the messages and notification, and assigning other functions. Just connect them in this way. See, when you drag and drop here, it is having how many transitions? Equal, greater than, less than, and null. These four are mandatory transitions for this compare date. So here we need to have the four ends. Just open, where is your end? Yeah, this is the end, right? First, second, this is the third end, fourth end. So when you use compare date, first the transition is equal, second one is greater than, third one is less than, and fourth one is null. These are the four transitions possible. Here in similar way, in similar to your if conditions, here also we will be having the four conditions. So here we will be applying the logic. See, what is the reference value you want to assign, and what is the test value you want to assign. Here in node attributes you can see two fields. In the reference value you can give directly, it is a date, right? Directly you can give dd, mn, mon, yy directly, or instead of that you can go to attribute. Anything you can use as a reference value. So for that we need to have two variables, right? Similar to your PL SQL block. So I'm using one more two attributes. I'm creating two item attributes. One is a ref date. Ref means reference date. Ref date. And here what must be the date type, because we are comparing the two dates and we are using a compare date function. So here we have to use date. And what is the format you want to have? dd, mon, yy. This is the format I'm expecting. So here I have used here dd, mon, yy. What is the date you want to have here? 25 December 2017. 2017. Just click on apply. So it is having the reference date now. Now create one more variable item attribute, that is date. Date. Here it must have date because we are comparing two, right? Two dates. That's why we are taking the type as a date. Now the format must be dd, mon, yy. And here we are giving the date as 26 December 2017. Now apply. So here go to, now we have created the reference date and date. It is having 25th December, it is having 26th December, right? Now go to compare date and node attributes. Now here first assign the reference value. Here we are selecting the attribute, new item attribute, and go to value and select ref date. Here this ref date have 25 December. Now go to test value, and it is also item attribute, and select what is item attribute, date. Apply. Now what it will do, whether the given the date is greater than or less than or equals to or null. Because if the data types are not matched, then what it will do, it can't compare, right? So in that case it will go to null case. So here four transitions are there. If the both are equal, then we can write your own logic in this direction. If the both are, if the date is reference value is greater than your what you call date value, then it will go to in this direction. If it is less than, in this direction. If it is null, in this direction. So let us see whether it is works or it is going to work or not. Save as into the database, apps, this. Here I have saved it. Now go to application, go to sysadmin, sysadmin. What is your item type? This is your item type, right? Now open your, go to workflow, administrator of applications, administrator workflow, and developer studio. Now run your workflow here. This is your workflow. Run it. And here we are giving item key as 3, and here also 3. Now I am not giving reference value. We are not concerned with these 4 because we have already covered this one as in the assignment functions. Now we are concerned with the reference date and whether they are comparing correctly or not. We will see. So reference date is 25th, and date is, the test value is 26. So submit. Now see how the transition has been taken place, because we are not having here any what you call any notifications, right? You can see here the directly status diagram. Go to status diagram.
See what it is happened. Greater than means your test value is 25, your reference value is 25 December 27, and your reference value is 20, your reference value is 25 December and your test value is 26. So 26 is greater, right? That's why it is gone into this particular transition. And why still it is active means we forgot that here, we forgot that we have not mentioned this node as end here. If it is not mentioned as end, it is still active means it will treat as a function to be executed, and it will never think it treat it as a end of the function, end of the transition. So we have to mention here as end. Don't forget this one. I already mentioned in the previous video sessions. It is mandatory. Every time when you have a new end here, new end function, you have to mention this node as a end function. Apps miss. Now when you run it, then it will show as a complete. Let us see whether it is true or not. Go to assign. Now with the same logic, we will see the status as completed. Now okay. Now go to status monitor. Here place your internal name. Here see here. Earlier one is active still, but here this one is complete. Why? Because earlier one have end is not having any node having a improper end. The node is not defined as a end. That's why it is still active. So if you go to this one and if you retry it, if you can see retry, it will be completed. If you retry, it will be completed. You are getting okay. And retry, it will be completed. You can do many things. You can play with this, and still it is not showing. Okay. Active history. Yeah. Still it is active. It is greater than only. Just skip. Not allowed. See, it is went to the end only, but still it is active because the state has it is not going to be changed once it is reached to this particular node. So in this way, we work on compare text, compare date. In the next video, we'll work on compare text and compare number. This is the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Hi friends, in this video we will work on compare number. In the previous video we have worked on compare date. Similar to that, compare number also works. I'm removing compare date like this. Now see, place your compare number onto your process monitor like this and connect them equal, and it will have same transition equal, greater than, less than, and null. See above this mark, whatever are there, they are all mandatory transitions. If you miss any of the transition, it will throw an error. Let us show you. I would like to show you here. See here, the activity result code null is has no transition defined for it, so it is a mandatory. So null is also a mandatory. These are the 4 transition for compare number also. So which numbers you want to compare? Say for example, see here, instead of using now, I will be using here constant values. 324. It is a reference value is to 324, and the test value is 543. See here. So 324 will be compared with the 543. If the test value is greater than this one, it will go to greater than. If less than, less than. If equal, equal. Now we are not using any item attribute here. Directly we are using the constant value. That's why we are giving the initial values here. Just click on OK. In the last video we have seen with the item attribute. Now we are not seeing with the item attribute. Without item attribute, direct values we have given. Click on save into the database and test it. Now what is your item type? This is item type. Here in the workflow web application, administrator web applications, I'm running here. It is asking for login. Now run. So your item key is 5, user key is also 5. See, I am not giving any values. I'm not giving any here. These are used in the last video sessions. Now it is not having any importance. We have given the values at compare number here itself in the node attributes directly. So we are not concerned with the attributes. Click on submit. Okay. Now go to status monitor and see whether it has a transition, correct transition or not. It is completed. Now view status diagram. See why it is gone. The test value is greater than the reference value. That's why it is gone into the greater than. Now let us try. Just change the values. Go to node attributes and here test value. I'm changing it to the 200. Okay, I'm changing it to the 200. Say for example null. What it will do. Let us check that. See test value. I have not given any value. And see what transition it will take. Reference value we have given, but test value we have not given. In that case, what it will return, we'll see. And submit. Item key is 6. Okay. Go to status monitor, internal name. It is completed. Now go to status diagram. See, it is gone to which status, which transition, null transition, because the reference value is there, but compared value means test value is not there. That's why we have got the null transition. And if you want to have the more than that, so every time we are changing the workflow in the workflow, right? It is not right practice. For that reason, we are going to have a what you call attributes for each for reference value. I would like to have an attribute that is L reference value, and for constant for test value also I'm taking roll number. So here it will compare with the reference value. The roll number will be compared with the reference value. If the roll number is greater than the reference value, then it will go to greater than the test value is or test value is greater than less than reference value, then it will go to less than. If the test value is null, it will go to null. Now these values will give while submitting the workflow. Save as. Now we will not change anything in the workflow definition level. While submitting the workflow, we'll change the attributes. That is the correct practice. Now go to developer studio. Here place it your internal name of your workflow and run it. And here we give as a 7. And here I'm giving the reference value as 623, and roll number means it is a test value. You just give as a 7 less than value will give 234. Okay, submit. Click on OK. Go to status monitor. Your item key is 7, right? Your item type is XXF. What is your item type? XX. We can have for everything different names, but it is time consuming. That's why I'm changing within your workflow. Same workflow I'm changing. So item key is 7. So I'm clicking on it, and you can see status. You can see the status now. Now go to status diagram and see. It must go to less than. Why? Because the reference value is your test value is less than your reference value. That's why it is gone into the. So if there is any comparison required, we will use this particular function, and in this transition we will write our own logic, like your if condition. In this way we work on the compare number. In the next video we will work on compare text. This is the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Hi friends, in this video we will work on compare text. For that I am removing the existing function called compare number. Now I am placing compare text. Place your compare text like this. It also have the 4 transition: equal, greater than, less than, and null. We will see very clearly this concept because it is not a conventional one. See, we can compare two strings equal or not equal. This is possible in your PL SQL. We generally use it. It is a regular practice. But coming to relational operators called greater than, less than, we might be thinking that it is not possible, but it is possible. How it works in the PL SQL first we will see, then we will go to the workflows. So I'm taking one variable here. I have written already one declare block. Here it is a variable, a reference variable, one variable which is of varchar. I'm giving here A, and I'm comparing with B. So what would happen here is, here the whatever the character you're having, it will be converted into ASCII. ASCII. For A, it is, for A it is 65. It will convert it into 65, and for B it is 66. For B it is 66. Now tell me which which character is greater than which character. So B is greater than A. So when you compare here in the relation, in the if condition, what would happen? Reference A is greater than B. A is greater than B. No, it is less than. That's why it will print lesser. Now let us see whether the output is correct or not. Because 66 is greater than. Because 66 ASCII value of B is greater than. Greater than here. Well, so here we are getting else condition. So B is greater than or this is less than this one. In the similar way, here also it works. Go to this particular function node. Here first function node attributes, first function test reference value I am taking A. Reference value I am taking A. Apply. And other test value is B. Okay, or else, okay, click on apply. So now what would happen? Is your B is greater than A? Yes. So it will go to this transition. For example, if you take here B, here A, then it will go to less than. If both are equal, then it will go to equal. If the test value or reference value is null, then it will go to null. This is very, very important. And we let us see second case also. First case will complete now. Save as. Now let us save into the database again. I'm having some issue. This. Save it. So now go to, what is your item type? XXF assign. Okay, it is asking again login. Okay, it is your item type. Now run it. Now 8 submit it. Now your workflow is kicked. Now go to status monitor and see whether it is completed in which direction. See here, it went into the greater than. Why? Because B is greater than A. That's why it went into the in this direction. And go to again compare text and go to node attribute and see here I'm removing, I'm making it as A, and here both are equal, right? Now let us see. Save as. Apps is. Now again run the workflow. XX assign. Item key is 8. I'm giving 9 and submitting. Now it will go to which direction? Equal direction. Now let us see the direction in which it went. So go to status diagram. Now see here, it went to equal. If you don't have any value, it will go to null. This is very, very important. We will be using this concept. That's why I'm telling each and every point. So now what I did is, here I have removed the test value. Now let us see. Validate it. Now it will go to which direction? Null direction. Apps this. Now again run it. Now see. Give the item type and user key, item key and user key, and run the workflow. and go to status monitor and see the status of your status diagram of your workflow, the current workflow. So now it went to the null direction. So in this way we work on compare text. This is the end of the video for this topic. Thanks for watching.